Hello, I'm this Akhier Dragonheart, and I'm happy to bring Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead back to the channel with the new stable release 0.B, the Bryn release. Apparently there has been over 9,000 commits. Of course there were. And yes, we've got all kinds of interesting things it's mentioning here. I think I'll just skip right down to the changelog that it has. It's got random characters have professions applied, brewing, wearable tools, martial art techniques can trigger when wielding appropriate weapons, wing mirrors for vehicles, that's cool, prototype hordes, just zombie speed with mods, made butcher menu first entry match the butcher hotkey so you can just hold down the button to butcher all. That's convenient. That's very convenient. You can dig downstairs with proper equipment. That's really amazing. Scabbards, holsters, sheathable weapons. At high skills, you can quick draw attack with weapons. Fish spawn as distinct creatures. They're used for fishing checks. Yes, there is fishing. Quiver for arrows. Furniture can act as a tool. Corpse rot and eventually disappear. Oh my god, this is... Ooh, yes. I won't have like a bajillion ants because it acid rained around the one base I have or what have you. Armor is assigned to a layer, and armor on different layers don't impose layering penalties. Destroyed vehicle parts get ripped off vehicles. Players can start various locations. Special support for map sharing installs. Lockdown debug menu, lock players to their username, more configurable file placement. Locks around map files. Pretty cool. You can switch language on the fly, apparently. Guns such as revolvers no longer eject casings when fired. Instead, they eject it on reload. Makes sense. The various CBMs that have you eat random stuff is toggleable. Spending more time near traps increments chance of finding them. Spotted traps are remembered. Throwing items above a trap-defined threshold will trigger traps. Very convenient. You can now peek through curtains and some doors. Smash a broken window again clears out the broken glass. Auto pickup can get anything you can reach, i.e. adjacent tiles. Can set exclusion zones for auto pickup. This is very convenient for your home base. Contents of books are unknown until first read. That's kind of annoying. I had some experience with that already. Can craft recipes if you have a book in range that provides it. This one right here. I love that. Can learn recipes by practicing them, so I'm assuming doing something like this would let you do this. Roof of the vehicles you're currently in is not drawn. Ooh, nice. Faction hostility is back. Kiln operates without players being nearby. Radio operated items. Switch to seed-based weather generation. Ooh, that might make the weather less janky. Options are only displayed when they are applicable to your build. Ooh. Can perform unspeakable acts upon zombies to turn them into pack mule slave things. Messages give feedback on melee misses. Foraging is seasonal. Fruits will grow each season, but once picked are gone until the next. Pet menu to interact with friendly monsters. Starting scenarios stitch together professions, traits, and starting location. Picking up and dropping multiple items is now an interruptible activity. Activatable mutations. Heavily moddable gun platform. Fire creates invisible hot air fields which meander around an enclosed space and warm them up. There we go. That means you don't have to stand directly next to the damn fire and potentially overheat. Factored wind chill and humidity into body temperature. Vehicles smash items when their wheels run over them. Refined vehicle train collision. Hulks and brutes now have a very damaging fling attack. Jumper cables can be used to link together electrical systems of vehicles, including vehicles outside the reality bubble. Reality bubble. Love that. Crafting a large batch of items can apply a discount to the crafting time required. Overhaul the cut-up system. Oh god, that's a long time needed. Cannot cut up an item if it includes a material that can't be cut up, e.g. a shotgun. Cutting up returns items for each material that makes up the item. Cutting up most items should respect the total volume of the item. Very important stuff. Most terrain can be smashed now if you can hit it hard enough. Can turn individual vehicle engines on and off. Filling an item with water from a river is now interruptible. We've got infrastructure. I'm not going to necessarily go over these things unless I see something specific, like the multi-tile stuff seems like it's going to be easier. Missing tiles now fall back to ASCII. Oh, thank God. Let's see. Damaged fuel tanks leak fuel. Switch build to C++11. Maybe I'll actually try to mess around in it again and see if it works for me now. And recipes can have byproducts. Items can spawn with variable amount of charges. Monster blacklists are applied consistently to all spawn code. Customized loadouts. Okay, yeah. Now we've got some balanced ones. Give most starting professions decent starting equipment. Nether spawns near corpse spawns. Alright. That means that the spawns of just random soldiers and stuff will also have nether spawns. Interesting. Cap skill gain from many activities, especially crafting. Oh, I can't get super powerful by just crafting something now? Darn it. Melee weapons can take wear and tear damage based on their primary material. That could be interesting. Categorize CBMs you get from butchering things. Bees. Bees. Armor values nerfed. Yes, please. Mutagen spawn rate slashed. I always noticed I got a lot of those. Overhauled the MP3 player moral bonus to make micromanagement of it suboptimal. Oh, thank God. If you really wanted to get the most out of the MP3 before, I never did it on screen, but I read about it and tried it once off screen. You get more by actually managing it, like really micromanaging as it says. And now it's not. Oh, thank God. That means I won't be tempted to. Now damage blocked by a block technique based on strength and skill blocker. Removed acid rain until we made it into a local event. Ah, gosh, darn it. No more acid rain. Nerf speed of many zombie animals, so I can actually run away now? Thank God. Starting professions supplied with cold weather gear to match the expected climate. Standing in a fire less likely to ignite clothes. Okay. Oh, right. Lying in a fire when one or more leg is at 0 HP causes much more damage. New monsters. Hops, barley, and molasses, brewable. Yeast, fermentable. Sugar beets, renewable source of sugar. Fruit wines and brandy, moonshine, grappling hooks. Many new house layouts. Wells and well digging. Ooh, that's nice. CQB CBM that provides martial arts skills. Because we're in the Matrix, why not? Warehouse building. Decorative terrain and furniture. Parasites and disease from unsafe food. That's cute. Curtains for vehicle doors and windshields. Privacy, please. God, yes, that would be useful. Foraging. Towels usable for many handy things. Still not at the, yeah. Honey. Wearable injector, auto injectors, e-cigs, motel locations. Slime mutants can slip through tight spaces. Spawn-friendly slimes. Some insect-like mutants can sip nectar from flowers, but at a cost. Mutagen gives you wings. Bird mutations, Zeus. God, I hate Zeus's. Killer bots drop disassemblable broken bot items instead of corpses. That's useful, yes, just a bit. Bear mutations, bio-operator zombies, spider nest basements, nice-looking road ends and roundabouts. Exploding gas bag zombies, pizza parlor buildings, wheelchairs, notes left by other survivors scattered over. That'll be interesting to find. Brain blob directs nearby blobs to move intelligently. I'll have to check that out. Mall location, several toolbox items to streamline carrying around your crafting needfuls. Cotton-made cotton-based recipes and items. Plant mutations. Audit of all item prices to try and get a sensible baseline for them. That'll be something. Supercharged military turrets. Make Fedor activatable, milady. Of course they are. Road barricades. Necropolis. That sounds interesting. Rollerblades and skates. Evac center and piles of NPCs and missions. Bandit camps. RC cars and remote detonatable bombs and a remote controlled lamp. I just think tremors whenever I see something like this. Automated gas stations, boats, automated gas station. I had to wonder how that works. But boats are cool too. E-ink, tablets, and laptops can display recipes and act like books. Cool. Can take pictures of monsters and view them on laptops or tablets. Fish traps. A thrilling monster Easter egg. If you don't understand it's pop culture. Riot control bot. Extensive mutation chain culminating. What in the world am I talking about? Will player effectively joining the Marlos faction. Cool. I'm not going to complain. Extensive expansion of Marlos monsters and structures. Various power substations with new monsters. Diesel added as a vehicle fuel. Added craftable pontoon bridges. Cool. Rat mutants can burrow. Cephalopod mutants can grow a large shell. Lizards can regrow limbs. Many new start locations. Curing hides and tanning leather. Nice. Full coverage of tiles in Retro Days and M-Shock's tile sets. Ooh. I noticed there's a lot of new tile sets, so I might be going through those as well. So even after I finish this, might want to stay around. Interface. Expanded armor layout window. Added way to swap panes in aim. Animation and duration for smoking activity. Action menu that displays all actions in a tree menu. Highlight things you can interact with when examining. Many strings are properly pluralized and have support for doing so when translated as well. Standardized overmap building colors. Oh, thank God. It was so confusing. Though honestly, with this I'm going to be utterly confused because it's going to be so different from what I'm used to. Vehicle examine menu shows used capacity of fuel tanks and cargo space. STL builds can play music. That was out for a while. I wonder if it's actually in. Log messages color lot. Okay, apparently I can just not say that word. Books colored by category. Different weather types get their own animation. Save load log message. Fuzzy river borders. That'll be interesting instead of just the hard river border that we've had for a while. Scrolling text animation when things are damaged and on some effect triggers. Lots of menus now have sorting categories and search. Thank goodness. Animation delay option. Players can write and read sign items. Adding a menu displaying martial arts style characteristics. Perishable and rotting items colored. UPS no longer activatable. Now acts as passive batteries. That is a good thing. I love that. Prompt to continue studying a book until all recipes learned. Oh my. Yes, please. God, yes. We've got some performance things. Greatly sped up the construction. Overmap scrolling is improved. Turn number added to calendar since it's called a gajillion times. Switched a lot of large collections to use a different thing, so that works better. This thing. Extracted grain animation code from main drawing code. Tile lookup speedups. And we've got lots of bug fixes as well. No bleeding effect if your armor absorbed all the damage. Makes games stop treating trees, walls, etc. as hallucinatory with respect to vehicle collision. Oh, that sounds weird. Prevent dragging furniture from hoovering up. Oh, really? That's a shame. I love that. God, that's going to make it a lot more annoying to deal with items. Like I like to. Option to force software rendering to work around hardware support issues. Good for some people. I didn't have a problem, but that doesn't mean you didn't. Players are ejected from vehicles when their seats are destroyed. Contents of items destroyed by interacting with them are dumped instead of being deleted. Restored function of area melee attacks. Made various battery mods play nice together. Prevent seg fault in the unlikely case that you miss so badly that you shoot yourself. Not only do you kill yourself, you kill the game. Not anymore, though. Don't cause blood splatter when the attack does no damage. Avoid crashing when loading a corrupted submap. Avoid resetting creature speed to 100 when a creature is saved loaded. Option to disable joystick input in case you have a broken joystick. I don't have a joystick, but okay. Well, technically I do, but I'm left-handed. It's right-handed, so it doesn't work for me. Always practice at least one of the melee skill types when attacking. Fixed off by one error that made 100% coverage armor, 99% coverage armor. Huh, that's an interesting thing. Critical multiplier calculation after armor absorbs damage. Ooh, that's nasty. Or maybe not. Just a second. No, I think that might actually be better. Yeah, well, I didn't do much calc, so I don't remember exactly. Add move cost for interacting with computers. Use maximum heard sound for effects, such as decimus, not the sum. Oh, that's an interesting one. Player graveyard works as intended. Most recent player saves is moved to the graveyard folder. Factored weight of items and furniture into cost of dragging the furniture. Oh. Gun mods with... Well, I guess this one would negate my whole drag furniture hoovering up things, because it would quickly get too heavy. Gun mods with firing modes finally make correct sounds when fired. Guns spawn with ammo when Mop Jim calls them. That's really nice. Fix long-standing bug where displaying warmth would fluctuate wildly if your body temperature was optimal. Prevent flares from taking damage when driving over an acid puddle. Taught zombies... Yeah, we're not the Flintstones. Taught zombies how to pick the right stairs. Fix bug where zombie can attack at ranged after knockback. Lots of window refresh cleanup. Thank goodness. Turrets and vehicle turrets now respect friendly status when burst firing. Fixed a bug where monsters could see further than they should in circular distance mode. They still use the square one, which would make sense. Now let's fire up Cataclysm. Is it in the right spot? It's almost in the right spot, but almost doesn't make exactly. And first thing we're going to do is go into the various option things. I don't really bother enabling auto pickup right away because, well, I don't have anything on the list yet that I want to. Auto pickup is disabled as long as you can see monsters. I'm going to turn this on in case I ever turn this on. I'm going to turn this on, I think. Dangerous pickups. Yeah, sure, why not? Auto safe mode on by default. Yeah, I'm going to turn that on. Safe mode on by default. Sure. Safe mode proximity. Max view distance. Otherwise, it would change it. I'll leave that alone for now. Periodically autosave. Yes, please. Game turns. I'll just leave that alone. No circular distance. Dropped empty containers. No. Auto notes. This is the thing that notes downstairs in a building. I'm going to not turn that on. They tend to clutter up. System language, sure. I live in America, so I use the funky, weird system we use. Turn that to 24-hour. Follow and firing. Now, maybe? If I use ranged weapons, I guess. No. Mostly because when I try to sleep, it tends to take a lot of tries because I tend to sleep suboptimally, I guess. Close on move all. No. Vehicle plane changes part color? Sure. Auto shift the view while driving? Yes. Draw vehicle facing indicator? It's auto off. I'll leave it off. Move offset, all kinds of things. Enable joystick. I don't have a joystick, but I don't think it'll cause a problem. Animations and all this stuff, sure. Terminal stuff. This is how I get 720. 160 width, 45 height. Luckily, it actually shows you the number of pixels that you're dealing with right there, so that's pretty good. Use tiles. We'll start with, we'll start with voter. Actually... I'm going to start with the ASCII view, and then I'm going to go through all the different tile sets when I first load in. Full screen, software rendering, don't need that stuff. Music volume, I'll leave that there. I don't know if it's going to be too loud for me or not. These are all just, the default is int, vanilla Cataclysm, let's see, skill rust, vanilla capped at skill level, minus, oh, okay, there we go. So vanilla is vanilla Cataclysm, capped is capped at skill levels 2 minus int, intelligence dependent minus, or, I have no clue, okay, vanilla is vanilla Cataclysm, capped means capped at skill levels 2 minus int, or 2, it's not minus, it's just skill levels 2, okay. Weird. Int is intelligence dependent. Int cap is intelligence dependent capped. Off is off. Yeah, we'll just go with off for right now, because I don't know what they've changed or if they've changed. I'm going to leave all this stuff default for right now. Maybe static spawns. No. Classic, no. Surrounded, no. Static. I'll turn on the NPC since they've done some NPC work. And let's do a new. Do they have any? Yeah, they don't have a preset one. So let's go into custom character. That sounds cool. And it looks like it wouldn't do much except for, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave mods alone for right now. World gen. And right, I was just going to leave this alone, but first of all, is there... Yeah, there's only default right now. And that's all fine, sure. Briar Oaks, yeah, why not? I pressed Y. Oh, there we go. And now we get to choose the scenario. This is a new thing that was added. This is the default thing, I assume, where you just start in a survival shelter, or evac shelter, I guess. Professions all, scenario location anywhere. Profession limited. Challenge, really bad day. Scenario challenge, really bad day, earns 10 points. You start drunk to the point of incapacitate. You start with a very bad hangover, depressed, infected, surrounded by fire, naked, sick with a flu. This day went downhill really fast. Challenge lab, it's worth 8 points. You've been locked in a lab with no way out. Survive as long as you can. Brag about it on the forums. Pixar didn't happen. Abandoned, it's worth 8 points. Sickly and frail, you have spent most of your life in the patient ward of the hospital. When yours was evacuated, you were left behind because you were a lost cause. You awaken to the sound of moving around the hospital. Locked lab, yeah. Okay, infected, in chaos and panic of evacuation, you were bitten by something. You didn't get proper medical treatment, and now the wound has started turning green, and this is only worth 4 points. Sheltered. Starts in an enclosed shelter. It's worth 3 points. And when the apocalypse broke out, you were funneled into a nearby shelter. Here you have lived, never leaving. Lest the unknowns to the outside world hurt. Supplies are running low, and for the first time since the Cataclysm, you were forced to... So yeah, it's Fallout. Sounds like Fallout anyway. Scenario is worth 2 points. The building you had chosen to reside in is suddenly caught fire. You might want to leave. Mall cop, 2 points. Survived as long as you could inside the mall you worked at as a security guard. Find a way out and try your best to survive. Ambush, no points. Limited progression. It starts at abandoned cabin though, which is nice. It is the winter after 0 hour, cold, weary. You ducked into a small cabin for the night. Next morning, you woke to the sound of lots of movement in the woods. That could be a bit of a problem. Last firefighter starts a fire station, no points. Against all odds, you managed to make it back to the station house in one piece. And now the reanimated husk of your former comrades want to make sure you never leave it again. Missed, no points, in town. Whether due to stubbornness, ignorance, or just plain bad luck, you missed the evacuation. Stuck in the city hall, or a city full of risen dead. Salt Precinct Z. Police station. You knew the day was going to be bad when it started with your partner getting eaten by a perp before you even had coffee. Scene back at the station house looks bad. Real bad. This is going to be an all-nighter. Wilderness starts in the forest. No points. You find yourself amongst the trees. The screaming and moaning is fainter this far from civilization, but you better know what you're doing out here. An experiment. Looks like it costs 2 points, so -2. Starts in the forest. Since birth, your sole purpose in life has been advancement of genetic science, willingly or not. Once the cataclysm struck, you left the lab and wandered aimlessly, ending up in a forest. And that's everything. For now, I think I'm going to stick with the evacuee because it has all professions and I want to see what there is. The only other one that does that is the mist, and I'd rather just start with something I at least somewhat know. Come back to stats. Let's see, profession, traits, skills, and all kinds of interesting stuff. Yeah, this will give me a look at all the different things. Quite a bit of number of different professions, and again, they've always been there. It just that it sounds like they added more stuff to various ones that you actually have a decent amount of starting equipment. I'm presuming the some of the really fun ones are still going to be a little let's see, shower victim. Yep, you start with soap bar and a towel. Ah, yes, good old towel. And we're gonna come over here. You see all the usual stuff. You can still choose forgetful, apparently. I wonder if this actually does anything, since I have the thing turned off. Oh, neither here nor there. I guess since this, skill rust, I think is something you can change on the fly. It wouldn't be able to change that up too much. But yeah, is there anything else I want to grab? I'll take trigger happy truth teller. Not gonna take ugly. Other than that, that does pretty good for what I want. Yeah, so we'll just leave that as it is and come back in here. No. I like fast reader. Then again, I always pick fast reader just because it's kind of my thing. That's always been something I thought would be interesting. Night vision. I don't want too many points. Yeah, Scout. I love Scout. And again, it's just because I really love to see what's around me. And since I haven't played in a while, I'm gonna grab Quick. That should help a little bit. I can't get everything up to there, so dexterity down, perception up. Is there anything else I want in here? I could grab Glass Jaw. Sure, I'll grab that. Is it worth 3 points? Oh, yeah, because I can have 12. Durr. Let's see, do I have any 2-pointers in here? Nearsighted? No. Boar hearing? Sure, I'll grab boar hearing. Up that a little bit. up that a little bit. I think I'll go with a good amount of strength to start with. And apparently no skills. Or, do I really want no skills? Yeah, I'll go with no skills. They're not quite worth what... Or, no, not what I wanted to, I just want a random name. There we go. Clint Freeman. And yeah. Yes, sirree. Let's throw us into the game and see what we see. I like that the windows actually start closed. What's that random little bit of stuff out there? Sand. Okay. Okay, there's a forest over there. I'm going to go out that direction. And it's cold out, apparently. There's the bear. Anyway, since we're here, let's go over to the graphics and turn on tiles. Yes. That doesn't look like it's dropping over to ASCII. What are you supposed to be? Pine tree. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's dropping back to ASCII. Oh well. Anyway, that's Hoders. Here's M-Shock. Well, this looks nice. There's a jumping spider. Apparently I can't see the bear anymore. And of course that dude looks just like me. Let's see. Next up is a bigger version of M-Shock, I'm guessing. Yes, sirree. Don't need to look too far into that then. Retro ASCII. Oh, that looks cool. Yeah, I always did like retro ASCII, though. I don't think I like the fact that he looks like that. I'd prefer like an @ sign. That's kind of one of those, or a T. A T would be fine. Retro Days. This is probably what I'm going to end up using, just because I really like it. Carol Shaw, yes. It's the one that I've been, that I tend to default to. Well, okay, the Retro Days 20, since that's a little closer up. Though I tend to switch between them with a... Ooh, this actually looks pretty nice. I don't... It's the one that uses the little game tile type things. And I don't quite like that. So I won't be using it. Tassoos. Looks okay, but once again we've got that no tile stuff going on. I'm going to have to ask what's that? What's up with that? Here's Blockhead. Ooh, really close up one, and looks like the tiles are a little off. So that's a thing. Dion's. Okay. Once again, tiles a little bit off. Are we back to the start? Yeah, that's the Hoder. So I'm going to go and Retro Days 20. That's a good enough place to start. Emergency message. Do not panic. Remain inside. Seek shelter in the basement. Use provided gas mask. Wait for further instructions. Yeah, not much to you. Let's come over here and chat. Can I do anything for you? Sure, tell me about it. Does our flag still yet wave? We're battered but not yet out of the fight. We need the old killers. I'll do it. So that's just finding an American flag. That's okay, yeah, I can do it. Hey, look, I have 100%. I'm helping you out. A muzzle brake. Okay. Thanks. I guess. It's a gun mod to a gun, which I don't have. So it can stay there. It can stay there. Newspaper page. Is it something I read or just something I look at? It looks like it's just something I look at. Crafty Crafters Quarterly. Macaroni isn't just for eating anymore. Learn how to make jewelry and art from it as well. We also discuss the correct way to use super glue without gluing your hands together. And disassembling it would get to paper. So I'm actually going to, ooh, a leather apron. Let's throw that on. Let's check this out. Okay, we've got the separate limbs. That's nice. And here's the leather apron. Goes on the torso and legs. Oh, and we actually have winter clothing. Nice. I think it's just going to go on the outside. That's fine. Fire extinguisher. Not quite something I'm going to be messing around with. Knit hat. Don't I already have a knit hat? Or don't I have a knit hat? I thought I had a knit hat. Or, no, not that. How can I forget the... No, not zoom. How can I already forget the dang keys? That's kind of, No. Boy, I am derp. I keep pressing Z, and it's doing the same thing it always does. Where I am... Darn it, that didn't work. I was hoping that by picking it up and putting it on, I would just automatically use the correct key. Pair of wool gloves. I'll grab that. That can stay there. And a drama novel. I'm going to leave that alone. Pair of winter gloves. Clam chowder. Winter gloves. I've currently got wool gloves. Let's compare the winter gloves. That's a 0. What am I trying to do otherwise? I'm currently wearing no gloves. So I guess it's a good thing I found some. Compare it with the wool gloves. Winter gloves are 100% coverage with better protection, but they encumber quite a bit more. I'll grab them and put them on. Your left and right hand are encumbered. Yay! Wait, no, that's not a good thing. No. How am I able to forget things so quickly? It's like I literally just used it. No. Wear item, no. Take off, no. Read. Blah, 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 blah. Goodness gracious. Is it plus? Yeah, it's plus. I feel derp. The derp is real. The derp is real. Is there anything else on my hands? No. Okay. So I guess that's good. I got something anyway. And I'll just drop the wool gloves in the newspaper page. No. Drop the wool gloves. Okay. Let's see what kind of... No, wrong menu. God, I've forgotten all the good keybinds. So we can make that at the moment. Is there anything in here that particularly you'd like to get? It doesn't look like there's anything too particular in here. I do have a good number of actual things I could make at the moment. That's nice. Anyway, makeshift crowbar. Why was I able to make that? I thought it required a thing. Bashing. Tool of hammering. What do I have that has hammering around me? I don't know. Huh. Oh, there we go. Chuck of Steel has hammering. That's actually very convenient. Let's check out the map. Okay, we've got some towns close by. Spotted. And the spider's hostile. Luckily that doesn't matter all that much since I'm not going to be messing with it. Just saying. My temperature is currently comfortable, so that's good. Of course, the dog is tripping it. I always dislike the dogs for that. There's a dog. Are you gonna do anything, dog, or are you just gonna sniff around? Looks like you're just sniffing around. Shocker Brute? I don't like the sound of that. I don't think I'm going to go over there. Did it see me? I don't think so. Survivor zombie. Well, that one saw me, so I can't help that. So I'll come over here and let's see. Dang it, it's one of the shrieky types. Your torso encumbrance throws off mischance. What is my torso encumbrance? 3. Okay, it looks like I can get 2 shots in. Is the Shocker Brute actually coming this way? That would be annoying. Even with quick, I'm only getting 2 shots in. And even there, Oh, it might be that off-balance message. Well, my torso threw me off balance, so that's not a very good test there. 2, 3. Wait, I think it... I need to pay attention to what it's saying. Because I'm just derping around. At least it hasn't hit me yet. Oh. Take 1 shot then. Okay, 2... Oh! Threw me off balance, so I'm going to retreat some more. 1 off balance, so I'll only get 2 shots there. I'm not sure if the off balance message is actually... Ooh, critical hit. Guess it was bound to happen since I'm taking so many damn shots at it. 2. Somebody gets a shot at me. Even with this 4 damage, so I'm doing better. Still hasn't hit me, at least. Oh, right. That's a partial bush, so I shouldn't get much protection from it anyway. I guess this is my fault for, Oop. Well, I guess I can't use that bush anymore. Am I wielding a weapon? No, I'm wielding my fist. I'm being a derp. That's my fault. Oh, bites my head. Joy! Of course it bites the one bit that's actually weaker than everything else. At least my melee skill went up by 1. There we go. That's a lot better. Bites my leg. Okay, there we go. Just took looking up the actual thing to do this. We're in pain, but we don't have any kind of bite wound or anything. Then again, if I remember correctly, let my mouse cursor. One of these would actually change color if that was the case. If I had been if it had actually done something to me. You're gonna have to die eventually. God dang it. I am not doing good against this zombie. At least I'm actually using a weapon this time. It's almost dead. Almost doesn't mean anything since it's still alive, but... you know. Really? So close. There we go. Dented survivor gloves, survivor boots, survivor helmet that fits, survivor suit, undershirt, all kinds of really nice stuff, actually. Briefs that fit, undershirt that fits. Am I wearing an undershirt? I don't think so. Okay, this is all too much, so let's grab the survivor suit. What's this cover? It covers... well, it's encumbrance 1. Covers actually a good amount of stuff. I'm going to throw that on. Survivor suit. This is going here. That puts my torso encumbrance way up. Hood and pockets and is waterproof. How warm is it? How encumbering is this? That isn't encumbering. I'm actually half tempted to, well, let's just grab what other... the survivor gloves. They're dented, but they're a thing. The undershirt fits. So I'm just going to throw the undershirt on. Does it matter where it is? Doesn't appear to. Briefs, they fit. Courage. Actually, I don't know if that matters. I'll actually have to ask. I don't know if the flavor text there means anything. Dented survivor helmet. Goes under knit hat. Fits well and is waterproof. Has 100% coverage. That's real nice. The head is slightly encumbered, but that's par for the course, honestly, at this point. That could be useful. Survivor boots. They're broken, though. Let's investigate. Dented survivor gloves compared to the winter gloves. Where are they? Ah, there they are. The winter gloves actually look a bit better in most ways, except for the environmental protection. Though they both cover 100%, and the gloves have... let's see... let's actually grab them and see what happens when I wear them. And of course I'm going to put them under the winter gloves. And finally the survivor boots. Let's see. Survivor boots. They both cover as much. The winter boots are fitted and have more warmth. I think I'll stick with the winter boots, but I'll keep the survivor boots for now. That just leaves... or, I didn't pick them up. Derp. I'll grab those things. Newspaper page. What do you know about surviving in the wilderness? If you can't make a snare, you don't know how to, you don't know trap. Hunt down a copy of Trapper's Life and learn about wildlife and how to kill it. Classic bear trap returns an issue. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I'm going to go back to base. Actually, what's that? That's sand. Oh, okay, that's cool. So that's just basically the sand is around so that you can make glass. That's useful. It's currently sunny and I'm warm. I guess that's fair. I am very much carrying enough stuff that it would be warm. Drop that. Currently the problem is the torso. I could just drop the new thing I got, the Survivor. What's it? I'm tempted to just drop all the Survivor stuff I have at the moment, because while nice, it isn't necessarily helping me too much at the moment. How's that do? Still a little warm, but I think I can live with it. Actually, check out the leather apron. One fits. 115. Tempted to actually grab the Survivor suit instead. Also the fact that it has a pretty good volume. The legs are currently encumbered a bit. The suit covers legs as well, right? Yeah. I think I'm going to drop the jeans. Actually, jeans. How... Where are the jeans? I just dropped them. They should be there. Jeans fit. How warm are you? 10? Okay, yeah, should be fine. Though it actually says they fit 0. Does that mean that we're currently still at... No, okay. Yeah, it's the layering penalty. Because I tried to throw everything all on once. Okay. Well, we can... Right, dog. I'll just have to... Oop. Can I chat from... No. Can I chat from here? Okay. Oh. Derp. Oopsie. Well, that didn't work out very well. I killed one zombie. I think I have a bit of reacclimation to do. Number 1. Wield the weapon you make. Kind of useful. Number 2. NPCs will still shoot you. Even when they're fleeing. Don't step next to them. Oh, goodness me. I'm happy it's back, though. Well, okay, it never went away. I just... Dwarf Fortress. It updated. So, yeah, I was kind of distracted. So, yeah, I'm happy this is back to the channel. Yeah, that's a more correct way of putting it. This is Akhier, and I'm signing off.